Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain how to complete the experimental design project idea. So every 9 weeks, you are responsible for designing an experiment, planning and conducting the experiment, and then you will fill out a lab report at the end that has all of the steps of the scientific method. So the first step of the project is that you submit your ideas of what you would like to do for your experiment. Okay, so the goal of this is that you will be able to design and conduct an experiment using the scientific method correctly and successfully. All right, so for this assignment, you have to turn in 5 ideas. So the first column is you just describe, what kind of idea, what you want to do. The second column is you tell me what your independent variable would be, and that's what you're going to change on purpose. Then you would tell me what your dependent variable was going to be and what your control variable was going to be. And then this section is whether I said yes or no, okay? If you are doing your experiment at school, I am only allowing the ones that I have approved, okay? If you're doing it at home and I said no to something but you changed it so that you could do it at home, then that is totally fine. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go over a couple of examples and how you would fill this out. Okay, so let's say that you wanted to do an experiment with Sour Patch Kids. You wanted to see how long it would take, how long does it take for the sugar to dissolve on Sour Patch Kids. Okay, then think about what you're going to change. So you know that you're going to test on Sour Patch Kids. You also know that you're going to test how long, okay? So it would be time to dissolve sugar. That would be your outcome, okay? That's what you're measuring in the end. That's what is going to help you answer your question. Now, how are you going to test that? You could use different liquids, okay? Different liquids. Let's say that you use water. Water is always a good one to compare to. Let's say you do lemon juice and Sprite. Okay, so you're going to do different liquids. You're going to time how long it takes to dissolve the sugar off a Sour Patch Kid. So what is going to remain the same is you're going to do the same amount of liquid. Same color and size of Sour Patch Kid. Okay, and this could literally go for any candy that you want to dissolve, okay? You just maybe tweak a couple of things. But this is how you would complete this. So let's say you're going to do something completely different. Let's say you wanted to do paper airplanes, okay? Let's say, how does the design affect the flight distance of a paper airplane? Okay, so what are you going to change is you're going to do different designs. All right, and you're going to measure the flight distance and then what's going to remain the same is you're going to use the same kind of paper. So you couldn't use like construction paper and copy paper, but then also have different designs. So the only thing that would be set up differently is your independent variable. Okay, same kind of paper, same person that's going to throw it. Okay, you don't want to have different people because everyone kind of throws differently. Now that one gets kind of tricky, and if you're doing it, you want to make sure that you know you're throwing it the same way every time. But this kind of explains how you would submit your ideas, okay? You want to tell me, you know, what are you going to do? I kind of worded it like a question because in my mind I'm thinking about the scientific method notes and how everything starts with a question, so I'm trying to answer that question. So then remember that the independent variable is what you're changing on purpose. It's what you're testing, okay? So you're testing if this affects this. Okay, so whatever your dependent variable is, that's the outcome. All right, that's the thing in the end that you're measuring. So like if you did something on plant height, okay, let's say you did different amounts of water and then you measured plant height after 3 months. Okay, so the control variable would be the same soil, the same plant, the same amount of sunlight, you know, all those things would be the same. The only thing is you would measure the plant, in 3 months, they all stayed for 3 months. And then your independent variable, what you changed was you wanted to see how much, you know, if the amount of water changed the plant height in a daisy. Let's say you were going to do a daisy, okay? All right, so I hope this helps kind of explain how you would do this. I also, in the assignment, will post a full example. Just remember that you cannot copy those examples. They are examples, okay? Just to kind of help you. Another thing you can do is just ask me if you can look in the closet. Maybe by seeing something, you can think about how you could perform a test on it, okay? All right. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do.